In today's video, I'm going to share the absolute best science-based workout program you could follow. Now, the latest science has revealed that all rep ranges are equally as effective at building muscle as long as you're taking your sets very, very close to the point of true momentary muscular failure. The problem with that is that research has also shown that most lifters really freaking suck at guessing when they reach that point of true momentary muscular failure. So if you're going to follow the science, you got to make sure that you are giving your absolute best effort to the sets that you're performing in the gym. Now, science has also revealed that all training frequencies are equally as effective at building muscle as long as the volume is equated. Now, when it comes to training volume, there is a wide range that has been shown to be effective, anywhere from like 10 sets per muscle group per week, all the way upwards of like 45 sets per muscle group per week. Now, the thing with training volume is that if you're going to be training at a higher volume, that's when you're going to want to train the muscle more frequently, because research has also shown that after you reach the point of maybe hitting about 10, maybe upwards at the most 12 sets per muscle group in a single workout, you're experiencing diminishing returns. Really, even after 8 sets, you're going to kind of peak at that point and then start seeing diminishing returns for every set beyond that point. So rather than continuing to add more and more sets to that muscle group in a single workout, you're better off training it multiple times throughout the week. Research has also shown that we are better off resting a little longer between sets, making sure that we are fully recovered before getting at the following set if we want to experience the greatest muscle gain. So if we are only resting for about 60 seconds for like between sets there, it may be time efficient, but we're not going to be able to lift the same load. We're not going to be able to do this many reps with sets. We're not recovered enough to give the best of ourselves to each consecutive set afterwards. So you don't want to make sure that you are resting long enough between sets there. When it comes to exercise selection, yes, there are going to be some exercises that are going to be more effective, give you more bang for the buck, especially the compound lifts. But just because certain exercises are going to be most effective, you're still going to want to incorporate a variety of exercises in your training plans throughout the training year to make sure that you are stimulating every single muscle fiber within that muscle group. So variety in exercises, not like every single week doing muscle infusion or everything, but you're going to want to work in a variety of exercises throughout the year, swapping out like an exercise, maybe two, from month to month, and keeping some exercises consistent from month to month so you can continue to progress on them. So now let's take that science and use it to guide us in the decision-making process in helping you create the best science-based workout program for yourself. Now, first we'll take a look at the rep ranges. As I mentioned, all rep ranges have been shown to be equally as effective at building muscle as long as you're taking your sets very, very close to or to the point of true momentary muscular failure. So you got to reflect, like, what exercises suit you best in the lower rep range? What exercises suit you best in the higher rep range? Maybe there's some exercises that if you do any less than 10 repetitions, it just beats down your joints. So those are the exercises that you're better going a little bit lighter, higher repetitions. Maybe you notice that when you do perform lighter weight, higher repetition sets, it makes it more difficult for you to recover from those workouts. So you find that those are the workouts where you experience more delayed onset muscle soreness. So you have to wait a little bit longer between workouts while they're recovering before you hit them again. And you may find that when you're doing lighter weight, higher repetition sets, you're not hitting that point of true momentary muscular failure. You're actually stopping at the point where just the burning sensation becomes too overwhelming for you. You just can't take it anymore. Even though your muscles could continue pushing out a few more reps, your mind gives up before your body does. So you gotta again be aware that the important thing is that you're getting very, very close to the point of true momentary muscular failure. And if the higher rep sets don't allow you to do that, then you're better off training in like a little bit lower rep range. So again, listening to your body, all rep ranges work. I recommend you get in a variety of rep ranges. Just pay attention to what rep ranges allow you to give the best of yourselves to those sets. I find for most people, like between 6 and 12 repetitions seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of people. And you might have 1 or 2 exercises that you feel better doing a little bit higher repetitions, and maybe you like to do a few sets around like 4 or 5 repetitions. So again, know your body, know yourself, and work that into your programming. Whether it's into a single workout, maybe you're having a chest day and you do the bench press in the 6 to 8 rep range or 5 to 8 rep range. You do the incline dumbbell bench press in the 8 to 12 rep range, and maybe finish off with the cable fly 12 to 15 rep range. So you can work it in like that. I like doing programs like maybe it's like a push-pull leg split. I'll have an A workout and a B workout. So the first push workout workout might be a strength focused workout. Everything is in that 5 to 8 rep range. And then next time I hit the push workout, everything's going to be maybe the 8 to 15 rep range. So again, there's no right or wrong with this. Listening to your body and how it's recovering. I like that because like having just a strength focused workout, my body recovers a little bit different than it does when I have just a hypertrophy workout. And again, it's still fun to work in a variety, have a workout where you're getting all those rep ranges in there as well. But I find for the most part, I'm kind of sticking around that 6 to 12 rep range with a few that might be in that 12 to 15 rep range. So know yourself when it comes to how your body responds to each rep range there for all the different exercises and how you're structuring them into your workout program. When it comes to training frequency, it's paired with training volume. So know yourself as well. You can always start off with a lower training volume, maybe 8 to 10 sets per muscle group per week. See how your body responds to that. Ramp it up to do that for a few months and then bump it up to like maybe 14 to 16 sets per muscle group per week. How does your body respond to that? Maybe you challenge yourself, get like 18 to 22 sets per muscle group per week and see how your body responds to that. If you find that your body isn't really responding any better to like the higher the number of sets per muscle group per week, there's really not a lot of point to incorporating a lot of that higher volume stuff in there. You're better off doing fewer sets per muscle group per week and just giving it your absolute best effort. And again, when it comes to training volume, when you start ramping it up there, thinking more is better, do you notice like when you're doing 18 sets per muscle group per week, maybe you've got 9 breaking into 2 different workouts for each muscle group per week in order to fit those 18 sets in, so you're not getting that point of diminishing returns after like the 8 to 10 sets per muscle group per workout there. So maybe you do 9 one workout, 9 another workout. Do you notice like after 6 to 8 sets of muscle group for the muscle group, you can't give as much to that muscle group. The fatigue is accumulated, not mentally focused. You just reach that point where it's not the sets, any more sets than 8 or 10 sets per muscle group per week. You're just not mentally engaging. You're not able to give the best of yourself. So paying attention to how your body's responding to that training volume. And of course, when it comes to training volume and frequency, really the big factor is your lifestyle, like what kind of time you have. It doesn't matter if your body responds best to like 30 sets per muscle group per week. If your lifestyle doesn't allow you the time to fit that into your schedule, it's kind of pointless. You're trying to adapt your training plan to your lifestyle. What's going to suit you best, not add any stress to your life. It's going to enhance all aspects of your life. So playing around with the training volume that really allows you to fit the best number of days that you can schedule into your week and the duration that you can spend in the gym. Again, like we said, like longer rest periods are often better when it comes to muscle growth. So if you're looking at resting 2, even sometimes 3 minutes per muscle group, especially for the larger muscle groups, especially on leg day or like back exercise, you need some more time to recover between sets. Like how many exercises, how many sets can you actually get into the workout to fit into? Maybe you only have 45 to 60 minutes in that workout. So you got to go based on that and your individual needs. And again, the research shows it all works, so it's just a matter of fitting it to you and your schedule. When it comes to exercise selection, focus on like the bigger compound lifts, the fundamental exercises in there to make up the bulk of your exercises. But again, even when it comes to compound movements, like maybe a bench press, even if the EMG studies show that it's the best exercise for building your chest, if it beats up your shoulders and is just uncomfortable to you, it's not going to be a good choice for you. Go with something that's going to feel a little bit better. Maybe it's just using dumbbells. Maybe it's finding certain machines, different converging chest presses with the grip on the handles is more kind of angled in there, so you can tuck your elbows a little bit better at a 30-degree angle, and maybe that's going to suit you best in there. So again, it's utilizing exercises that aren't only going to give you the most bang for the buck, but also feel best to you. That is always most important. I don't care if people say like barbell squats and deadlifts are the best exercises. I used to freaking love them at this stage in the game. 47 years young, 34 years of lifting under my belt here. Like just a barbell back squat and deadlifts do not feel good. The risk reward is not worth it. So I'd rather like do a hack squat, pendulum squat, some leg presses instead, split squats. I love exercises that are going to suit my body at this stage in the game. So selecting exercises, and again, stick with some core exercises that you're going to keep and stick with for months and months and months that you can try to progress on. But let's make a few little swap outs here and there to make sure that you're stimulating all the muscle fibers possible with your physique. So again, it really comes down, you're like, well, that's basically a whole bunch of options for me. And it's true, like there is just, it's really limitless in regards to how many different programs, different splits and everything that you could utilize and still be a very science-based workout program. Every program that I have on the Lose Fat Get Jacked website there, all science-based, but even more important, it's based on my own personal experience. Like I said, 34 years of lifting under my belt, but also 24 years of coaching experience. So I know based on my own lifting experience and coaching others, kind of the sweet spot for the number of sets that work for a lot of people. And I ramp up those sets. I progress so it'll start building up over a few months there, where you're ramping up the training volume and then you pull it back. So I've learned through experience that people respond better. You can't keep it high training volume all the freaking time. People adapt to that, and you can only push so much. You start adding more and more volume, people just beats them down. You reach that point of diminishing returns, overtraining even, but you're just not getting anything out of it. So you're better at that point to pull it back, let your body fully recover, the fatigue to dissipate from your muscles, your joints, your tendons, and allow the muscles to resensitize to the training stimulus, and then start ramping it back up again. So that's something I've learned through my own personal experience and coaching clients for the past 24 years. And really, I find like no matter how much science has advanced over the past couple decades here, you're not seeing like workout programs made today are not like outrageously better, even better at all than workout programs we could have found in some of the textbooks 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 60 years ago. Like all these workout programs still kick ass like back then today, because a lot of those programs, maybe they weren't built necessarily on science, they're built on experience. I think experience is the biggest factor. And really when it comes to experience, it's your own personal experience. It doesn't really matter what the science says. The science can say, again, like a certain exercise is the best exercise, but if it doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. There's always other options. Science can say that so many days per week is best, but if you just don't have it in your schedule to do those number of days, it's not going to suit you best. Rep ranges, again, certain science could say a certain rep range, even though it does right now, all rep range is the same. But if it came out and said, all right, this is the best rep range, again, if an exercise doesn't feel good to you in that rep range, it's not going to suit you best. So you got to take a very individual approach. And even if you, again, if you were to follow any of the workout programs on the Lose Fat Get Jacked website there, I would encourage you to make it your own. Swap out an exercise here or there for one that feels best to you, that you enjoy, that you can give the best to yourself to. It's not going to beat you down. It doesn't bother your joints. And don't be afraid to change a rep range around with certain exercises if that feels best to you. Maybe you can't do the amount of volume that is in one of the training programs there. It's okay to either take an exercise out or reduce the number of sets. It's okay. There's no like hard rule that you have to do 3 sets for every single exercise that you're performing there. You can do 2 sets for an exercise. For a lot of people, you hear a lot of the examples out there, they'll do a couple workup sets, and then it's only 1 set to all out momentary muscular failure. So again, there's just so many different ways that that you can approach this. And again, if a program, like I mentioned, if it's a push-pull leg split, I've got 6 workouts in that workout program. Doesn't mean you have to follow that program 6 days per week. You can follow it 3 days per week, 4 days per week. Just keep following that workout program in order. Again, what suits you best. And it doesn't just, if you follow a workout program 4 days this week, it doesn't mean you have to follow it 4 days next week. You can follow it 5 days next week. Go back to 4 days the following week. Maybe you're like, I'm feeling freaking awesome. I want to hit the gym 6 days this week. Go 6 days. Like again, listen to your body, do what's going to suit you best. That's science-based. That is evidence-based. So don't get caught up in like a lot of these YouTubers out there like, well, such and such a science paper came out in 2018 that said this exercise performed with this grip and this variation was the best way to make it. It's getting to the point where it's fucking ridiculous. I'm really getting kind of more irritated with the science-based bodybuilding out there. I just wish we get back to the bro days, really. I love old school bro bodybuilding. We can learn a lot. Again, like it all came down to shared experiences. And I think that is incredible evidence. And when you look at a lot of these studies out there, what's based on science, you look at science, you see that with a lot of these studies, there's a lot of individual differences there. A study could show that this is the most effective training split, frequency, or rep range, or whatever. But you're going to see, like, for some people, no, they didn't experience any kind of benefits at all. Other people experience, like, ridiculous benefits. And then there's the people in the middle. They find that average. So just know that something may be best. The science shows it's best, but there's people who didn't respond to it at all, and you may not respond to it at all. And again, some of these studies could be like untrained people, sedentary people, people who are obese, someone who's like 80, 90 years old and you're 30 years old. Like, a lot of these studies are probably based on people who are not in your situation, and all our lifestyles are different as well. So really, really important to have that heightened sense of awareness. Try a plan, follow a plan, take what you have that awareness of what is suiting you best. And again, have an open mind, try different things, experiment with different things, and see how your body responds. So that is the key. That is the key, in my opinion, to a science-based approach, is having an experimenter's mindset, giving it your best effort, sticking with it for a few months, changing it up, trying something different, see how your body responds to that for a few months there. Keep what you like, discard what doesn't, what you don't like, and roll with it from there. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. More than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback. Looking forward to hearing from you. And before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next video.